Hello and welcome to the Demo Gaming YouTube channel. I'm Antonio Rodriguez and today I'm going to share my tier list for patch 8.6. I'm only including 3 champions in each role. I also included timestamps in the description below so you can skip to any part of the video. I also worked on an outro, so stay until the end of the video to check it out. So let's start things off by talking about the top lane and the champions that feel really good to play but really bad to play against. These champions are Singed, Kayle, and Gangplank. So Singed is a champion that I always hate playing against, and I think he's really strong currently and he has a pretty high win rate. One of his biggest cons is that he has a really high learning curve with his unique kit, so be prepared to lose a lot before you start smashing top laners and making their worst nightmares come true. So the standard rune page you'll usually be taking is Sorcery and Resolve, going Summon Airy, Ultimate Hat, Celerity, Scorch, Bone Plating, and Chrysalis. Your build should look close to Righteous Glory, Riley's Crystal Scepter, Leandri's Torment, Ninja Tabby, ZZ Rot Portal, and Banner of Command. Depending on the matchup, you can rush Boots of Swiftness first item and then replace ZZ Rot Portal with Dead Man's Plate. The next champion on our list is Kayle, and she's probably one of the most underrated champions. She has a high win rate for a while now, but she has one of the lowest play rates on this list. However, she is still very strong with Ginsu's Rage Blade. One of her problems is that she sucks early, but she can carry late game as long as you know how to kite, and you should be fine. If someone does engage on you, you can just W yourself, then Q them, kite back, and then once the enemy realizes they're pretty much in deep shit, you just chase after them and finish them off. Her standard rune page is Precision and Sorcery, going Press the Attack, Triumph, Legends of Clarity, Coupe de Grace. And for Sorcery, you go Mana Flow Band and Transcendence. An example build would be something like Nashor's Tooth, Rage Blade, Wits, and Berserker Greaves, Runin's Hurricane, and Riley's Crystal Scepter. Next is Gangplank, and he's always pretty strong and a great champion to main. He is also banned a lot because of that, so make sure you have a backup champion. He does a lot of damage by going his crit build or his popular Yami Triforce Sterak's Gauge build, which can allow him to get out of sticky situations and burst those carries. As for runes, you'll probably go Inspiration Resolve, taking Kleptomancy, Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery, Time Warp Tonic, and then Bone Plating and Second Wind. For his build, you'll usually go Triforce, Yamu's, Sterak's Gauge, Ninja Tabby, Phantom Dancer, and Infinity Edge. You can also get a Guardian Angel and replace Infinity Edge. Alright, so the jungle. Let's start things off with talking about our 3 champions, which would be Warwick, Nunu, and Sejuani. Let's start off with Warwick. So Warwick is a low elo killer. You have great clears, you can sneak dragons, you can get out of bad situations with your ult and E, and you also get a speed boost when enemies are low. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that as a jungler. So this champion is pretty much good in most situations. For your runes, you'll usually go something like Precision and Sorcery, taking Press the Attack, Triumph, Legends of Clarity, Coupe de Grace, Ultimate Hat, and Celerity. The usual build would be something like Red Smite with Cinderhulk, Titanic Hydra, Spirit Visage, Ninja Tabby, Dead Man's Plate, Randuin's Omen, or you can get a Thornmail depending on how much crit the enemy team has. So next is the Yeti Nunu. Nunu is still very strong in an annoying way, since the best way to play him is to steal as many buffs from the enemy, then solo drag at level 4. You're going to want to max out your Q first so you can steal their juicy buffs before the enemy jungler gets wise and tries to group up with the goon squad and 3-man kill you. His play rate has decreased to like 1.9%, but that just means they won't see the Yeti coming before it's too late. In teamfights, you just W your carries and run around throwing snowballs at unsuspecting people. His runes are Resolve and Precision, going Guardian, Font of Life, Conditioning, Revitalize, Triumph, and Legend Tenacity. His standard build is Red Smite with Cinderhulk, Locket, Warmargs, Ninja Tabby, Knight's Vow, and Banner of Command. So last on our jungle list would be Sejuani, and she's definitely one of my favorites, and I currently main her, and I have had great success with her, but like Nunu, you have to set up your team. So at times it can be frustrating to carry players because you don't really do that much damage, but you do a little bit, and people underestimate in 1v1s how much damage her W, and then her E and ult does. For your runes, you'll go Resolve, going Aftershock, Font of Life, Conditioning, Overgrowth, then for the Precision, Triumph, and Legends of Clarity. The standard build would be Blue Smite with Cinderhulk, Warmargs, Ninja Tabby, Knight's Vow, Locket, and Randuin's Omen. Alright, so let's start off with the mid lane. And our mid lane tier list is going to be Fizz, Twisted Fate, and Swain. Fizz is the first champion on our list. It is definitely super annoying to play against. I mean, he can just pretty much dive your ass 24/7, and it's always hard to gank him since you just E away. It can be hard to play in team fights if they have a good front line. For your runes, you usually go Domination and Sorcery, taking Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, and then for Sorcery going Celerity and Scorch. For the build, you'll go something like Proto Belt, Lichbane, Zonius, Sorcerer's Shoes, Void Staff, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Alright, so Twisted Fate is the next champion, and he's a hard champion to master, but he's also Dopa's favorite champion, and there's a good reason why. You have a great laning phase, and you can use your ult to catch up to people, roam, or just get vision of the enemy team. Don't just ult bot whenever your ult's up. Instead, make sure you set up your minion wave correctly so you can roam and ult bot or top or something, so you don't lose your tower in like the first 10 minutes. Don't stay roaming for too long. Try to get back to lane as fast as possible, and you should tend not to roam if you're going against someone like Azir and Ziggs, so you can just get your tower really fast. For his runes, you'll take Inspiration and Sorcery, going Unsealed Spellbook, Perfect Timing, Minion Dematerializer, Cosmic Insight, Celerity, and Scorch. So Swain is last on our mid lane list, and he's pretty much Vlad number 2, honestly, but he's really strong, and currently he has a super high win rate in silver and gold. Does drop off a little bit in plat and diamond, but he's slowly climbed up in the last week, so he could be very strong in the future. For Swain's runes, you'll take Sorcery and Inspiration, going Summon Airy, Ultimate Hat, Celerity, Scorch, and then for Inspiration going the Perfect Timing and Futures Market. His standard build is Rod of Ages, Sorcerer's Shoes, Leandri's Torment, Zonia's Void Staff, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Alright, now onto ADCs. So we'll be talking about Kai'Sa, Misfortune, and Israel. Alright, so let's talk about Kai'Sa. This champion just came out, but she has a super high win rate. She actually has the highest ADC win rate. Fortunately, because of that, she also has a very high ban rate. She does play kind of like Vayne, so like a AD assassin, and I would say she does have the biggest learning curve on my ADC tier list. Her standard runes are Precision and Sorcery, going Fleet Footwork, Overhear, Legends of Clarity, Coupe de Grace, and then Celerity and Gathering Storm. Her standard build is Death Stance, Stinger, Ginsu's Rage Blade, Berserker Greaves, Guardian Angel, and Lord Dominic's Regards. Next is Misfortune, and she's very beginner friendly. It's very easy to farm and deal loads of damage with her Q. Her ult can also mean the difference between winning or losing a team fight, and she is also a little bit immobile, so if an assassin does jump on you when you're ulting or something, you're most likely dead unless like you flash away or something. The standard runes are Sorcery and Inspiration, going Arcane Comment, Mana Flow Band, Celerity, Scorch, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. As for the build, you'll go something like Essence Reaver, Berserker Greaves, Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire Cannon, Lord Dominic's Guards, and Guardian Angel. You can also go a Yamu's Dustblade and Black Cleaver build on her, which is also good. Israel is the most popular champion in League of Legends currently. He has a lot of mobility with his E, he has a lot of skill shots, and he can slow people if he gets Iceborne Gauntlet and Bork, and he has great poking power. The standard rune page for Israel is Inspiration and Sorcery, going Kleptomancy, Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery, Cosmic Insight, Mana Flow Band, and Transcendence. His standard build is Iceborne Gauntlet, Manamune, Blade of the Ruined King, Boots of Lucidity, Mortal Reminder, and Merkle Scimitar. Next is finally the support list, and the champions I'll be talking about will be Janna, Taric, and Zillion. Janna is pretty much a cock block to every assassin, and she can give her ADC more damage while giving them a shield with her W. She does a fair bit of damage in the early game with her W and Ignite with Ares Comment. If you want to play really aggressive in some situations, I've seen people, and I've also like just flash behind the enemy, then ult them towards your ADC or whoever you're chasing the enemy with. And her Q can sometimes be hard to hit, but as long as you practice, you should be fine. Her standard rune page is Sorcery and Inspiration, going Ares Comment, Mana Flow Band, Celerity, Scorch. Then for Inspiration, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. The standard Janna build is Ardent Sensor, Boots of Mobility, Redemption, Remnant of the Watchers, Locket, and Macal's Crucible. Taric is next, needs a really good pick against high AD comps. Since he can give you a percentage of his armor, it can also be very difficult to time your ult, but practice makes perfect. Your E also does quite a bit of damage since you'll be maxing it out first. It's always ideal in fights to abuse your bravado, so make sure to auto twice in between abilities to give you a lower cooldown. Make sure you do start the combo with E so you can E more often because it lowers your cooldown. The standard rune page is Resolve and Inspiration, going Guardian, Font of Life, Conditioning, Revitalize, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. His standard build is Remnant of the Aspect, Ninja Tabby, Locket, Knight's Vow, Redemption, and Ardent Sensor. Zilean is the last champion on this list. Thank you for sticking to all the way to the end. He does go mid lane, but he's also a very strong support, and you can do mad damage like a Brand. But you also can bring back to life any carries with your ultimate. He can also speed you, slow the enemy, stun people if you land your EQWQ combo. It's rare to see a good Zilean, but when you do, it's very hard to play against. The standard rune page for him is Sorcery and Inspiration, going Ares Comment, Ultimate Hat, Transcendence, Scorch, Futures Market, and Cosmic Insight. So that is the end of the list. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I'll be trying to upload a lot more frequently, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Make sure to check out this outro.